So, back in 2021, one of my, I guess you could call it one of my favorite games of all time was released. Friday Night Funkin'. But you can't really call it one of my favorite games of all time because it's literally 21 songs of pretty good quality, I will say. They're all pretty good songs. But it's 20, technically speaking, it's 22 because tutorial exists. But 22 songs of pretty good quality. And, no, I don't mean any disrespect to anyone that works on this project or anyone who donated to this project, especially the people that donated to this project. I mean, listen, imagine if I did this. A person with 310 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you for the 10 extra, by the way. But a person with 310 subscribers on YouTube promised their fans that if they gave him a certain amount of money, every person that gave them, I don't know, $10 of this certain amount of money would get a t-shirt. And then, for 4 months, he just sat around dicking around and forgot about the shirts and or whatever. This is basically what is happening with the Friday Night Funkin' team, and I'm not standing for it because the current theory is they either spent it on crack cocaine or they're really trying to make the best game they can, or they're just ignorant of the people that are calling out to them in the darkness and saying, can you please give us something? I'm pretty sure Kawaii Sprite has been uploading the Erect remixes on his YouTube channel, but that doesn't mean anything. Because, imagine if I promised I would give anybody that gave me $10 for $100,000, let's say. Anybody that gave me $10 of that, which is a very small amount now that I think about it, but still, it's pretty much what happened, would get a free t-shirt from me. And then I turned around and made socks, underwear, and hats of Gavi Ledfo merch, and never gave you the shirts that I promised, but I gave you all of this other cool stuff and expected you to love it, and you are still mad. Of course you're still mad. I promised you a thing and you haven't gotten the full thing yet. You've gotten these extra things that I promised also with it, but they're small things compared to the big thing that I promised. And that's what's happening with the Friday Night Funkin' team. I'm finding a really good role with metaphors here, by the way. But my main point is, Friday Night Funkin' isn't a game anymore. It is a modding community. It is Team Fortress 2 now, where the game doesn't get any updates, but people are still making memes and mods and stuff like that about it. But Team Fortress 2 is a absolute culture stone of greatness, and Friday Night Funkin' is this stupid ass indie game that nobody really cares about anymore because they stopped uploading any kind of updates. Now, I feel like this is a security breach FNAF situation. Now, hear me out for a little bit. So, you know how people were getting impatient for Five Nights at Freddy's security breach, and it turned out to be this horrible game that was buggy and glitchy and no one really liked it. Well, that's I think that's what's happening. The 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 Friday Night Funkin' developers are trying to prevent a security breach situation where their product is not as good as it could have been if they put all of their oomph and effort into it. But I feel like you should have released one more week in 2022 or early 2023 to keep the fans saturated. But no, the fans are eating their own flesh basically right now. Like, the Mario Madness Friday Night Funkin' mod is one of the, most explorative and, crazy Friday Night Funkin' mods that has ever existed. But the thing is, it's a mod. It's not real. It's not the game. The game is still at 7 weeks with different people and a story, and that's it. 7 weeks, 21 songs. Off of that, these people that made this Mario Madness version 2 mod were able to squeeze out basically 2 hours of content from this 21 song. And if we assume every song is 3 minutes, it's something like, let me do the math in my head real quick. 61 minutes. 62 if you count tutorial. But there is an exception to all of this, and that's what I'm talking about right now. The thing that I'm talking about currently is the Friday Night Funkin' community. The community is amazing. Now, how it used to be is something that I don't want to talk about. But if you go back, if you go forward to now, literally, these people are so desperate for a new, addition to their game that they don't care about anything you do unless you do something really, really, really bad. There are not nearly as many pedophiles in the Friday Night Funkin' community as there used to be. Or not nearly as many racist people in the Friday Night Funkin' community as there used to be. They're just these artists that really, really, really care about what they're making and really, really, really want their art to be as good as possible. And that is what they're trying to do with Friday Night Funkin', the original game. They're trying to make it the best game it can be. However, I don't care, because there should be some resemblance of new content that isn't the erect remixes in the game. And that is my 9-minute take on Friday Night Funkin'.